So what if I told you that you could make an AI reveal exactly how it thinks, using just a few cleverly worded prompts? Seriously, no PhD in machine learning, no coding, nothing like that. Just words. Today, we are going to crack open the black box of advanced AI.
Okay, let's really dive into this. Imagine you could actually force an AI to show you its hidden biases, to point out where it gets confused, and to lay out its entire reasoning process step by step. This isn't science fiction, you know? It's a skill, and it is about to change how you use tools like ChatGPT or Claude forever.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You ask an AI a question, and the answer comes back, it's super polished, but something just feels a little bit wrong. Maybe it's hallucinating facts, or it's giving you these biased recommendations without any real explanation. That right there, that's the heart of the issue. So what's actually happening under the hood? Well, we're talking about billions, literally billions of connections, firing in ways we just can't directly see. And that complexity is precisely why the AI's reasoning is hidden from us. This creates a massive risk if you're trying to use it for professional stuff, like financial analysis or market strategy. Because let's be honest, you just can't trust what you can't verify.
So, how do we fix this? The answer is targeted prompts. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. And you need to think of these not just as questions, but more like surgical tools. They literally force the model to show its thinking, to show you that messy, step-by-step process that it normally keeps completely hidden.
All right, let's start with probably the most powerful technique of them all, chain of thought prompting. Now, it sounds fancy, but it is so deceptively simple, and the results are absolutely incredible. It all comes down to adding one tiny little instruction.
Just look at this comparison. The only difference is adding the words "think step by step." That's it. On the left, you're just asking for an answer. But on the right, you're asking for a process. And that tiny little change, it fundamentally alters the AI's entire output.
And boom, look at that. This is the result. Instead of just getting the number 71.7 spat back at you, you get the AI's entire work process laid out. You can see its logic. If the math was wrong, you'd know exactly where it messed up. You can literally debug the AI's thinking. And let's be really clear here. This is not just some party trick for arithmetic. Imagine applying this to a complex financial model, or asking an AI to lay out its step-by-step reasoning for a market prediction. All of a sudden, you can see the hidden assumptions and the logical leaps it's making. This is absolutely crucial. Okay, so now let's build on that. Once you've mastered making the AI show its work, we can level up to some more sophisticated techniques. These can uncover even deeper behaviors, like forcing the AI to adopt a specific persona. Now this is a total game changer. Instead of asking for some generic feedback, you assign it a role. The AI transforms from, a helpful little assistant into your toughest critic. It'll expose assumptions and flaws that you would have completely missed. It's kind of like having a whole team of experts on call, 24/7. You can even take this a step further and get adversarial with it. Tell the AI to be your debate opponent. Ask it to find the 3 biggest flaws in your argument, and then to defend the counterpoints. This is how you really stress test your ideas and discover a model's blind spots, and maybe a few weak points in your own logic too.
Okay, now what about uncovering hidden bias? For this, we're going to use a technique called few-shot prompting. All that means is you give the AI just a few examples, a few shots, to set a pattern before you ask your real question. So look here, by setting up a pattern of city stereotypes, you can actually probe the underlying cultural baggage in its training data when it describes Dubai. The patterns that pop out, wow, they can be incredibly revealing.
So how do you scale all this analysis? This is where a tool like Google's NotebookLM can become your command center. You can just paste all your conversations into one notebook. And then you can ask the AI to analyze its own behavior across all those chats. It can compare its own reasoning quality, create a mind map of its habits, and even turn the whole thing into a script. It's meta-analysis, but made super simple. So, why does all this matter? What's the big takeaway? Because mastering these techniques isn't just about getting slightly better answers. No, it's about turning a generic, one-size-fits-all AI into a specialized, custom analyst that's tailored to your exact needs.
If you're in finance, this means you get more transparent, more debuggable forecasts. If you're a creator, you can develop way more authentic and consistent AI-driven personas. And if you're a startup founder, you can get the kind of tough, honest pitch critique that VCs charge a fortune for, potentially saving you millions.
And let me be perfectly clear. This is not just some neat trick for the early adopters.
In the very near future, I'm talking 6 months, maybe a year, this level of prompt mastery is going to be a standard, expected skill for any professional working with AI. Getting ahead of that curve? Well, it starts right now.
So, here's your homework. I'm serious. Pause this explainer, open up a new tab with your favorite AI tool, and use this exact prompt structure. Ask it your toughest professional question, but make sure you first command it to think step by step and reveal any biases. Just see what it tells you. The answer might surprise you.
And that brings us to one final thought. I want to get a debate going in the comments on this one. Are we really decoding the AI's mind with techniques like these? Or are we just getting much, much better at manipulating a very complex tool that doesn't actually think at all? Let me know what you think. What's your take?